literally, I've been trying to make this video, but for the past 5 minutes, there have been police sirens just circling around my house. I feel like I'm Chris Brown, like, I'm not gonna go out. Shut up!
I'm not coming out. For what? I ain't did shit. I ain't gonna do shit. And it's always gonna be fuck the police.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about nipples and things we people do to them. Like, put jewelry in them, I don't know. A lot of people have asked me about my nipple piercings in real life. Like, strangers have actually stopped and literally just asked me questions about my nipples. I mean, all of them have been girls though. If a guy did that, it'd be pretty awkward. But yeah, girls have asked me about this, and so have some of my friends, even my sister. So I decided just to clear up some myths people have about nipple piercings. I've had my nipple piercings since I was 17, so I've had them for almost 2 years. I'm 19 now. They're like part of my body at this point, and it'd be weird to look at my nipple without them. And also, I've taken good care of them, like they've never been affected. So I'm not calling myself a nipple piercing expert, but I know how to take care of them. So yeah, this video is just going to be about 7 myths people have about nipple piercings that aren't true. So I'm just going to debunk all of those right now. The number one myth that always comes up is that your nipples will always be hard. And that's not true. Obviously, in the beginning of getting your nipples pierced, they're going to be hard because you literally just stab them. You can actually just fucking see them going hard, like once you stick that shit in, like shh. And they might be hard for like a week or two after that, but once they're healed and they settle down, your nipples will go back to their nice soft state. And they'll just get hard as they usually do when you're cold or whatever makes your nipples hard. That's, you know, your personal thing. But yeah, your nipples are not permanently hard when you get your nipples pierced. That's like a major myth. Number 2 is big boobs hurt more to get their nipples pierced. And I've heard this in real life from a few people, and this is not true because pain is subjective. I have smaller breasts, but nipples were the most painful piercings for me. And I'm never gonna know what it's like for a big breasted person to get their nipples pierced, and what is super painful to somebody will still be super painful to another person despite their breasts being smaller or bigger or not existent. Guys get their nipples pierced and it still hurts. So yeah, this is a myth because everyone has different levels of pain and you can't just go by the size of your breast. And I've actually read that if you have smaller nipples, the deeper the piercing is gonna have to go in. So smaller nipple people probably have it the worst, but I really don't know. Number 3 is nipple piercings always get crusty, and this isn't true. My nipples have never been crusty. I don't recall getting nipple crust. Even from when I was healing, I just can't remember if I ever got it. I think I would remember if I got it. But I know my friend who got her nipples infected had crusty nipples. And a lot of people say that when you get nipple piercings, your nipples are going to get that nipple crust. But in my personal experience, I've never had nipple crust, so obviously it's not going to be like that for everyone, even though some people say that. I mean, I'm part of everyone and I didn't get it. So yeah, that's definitely a myth because, you know, my nipples have never been crusty. Number 4 is you can't breastfeed with them. Now, I'm not a mother, nor have I ever fed someone milk through my boob, but I think this is an obvious myth. Just because you have 2 extra holes in your nipple doesn't mean that milk's not gonna come, or I don't know, it's gonna just fucking like spill all over the place. It's possible to breastfeed with pierced nipples. It's not that much of a difference. I would say the only con to this is your piercings will probably close after a while. But if you're a new mother, I doubt that you're really gonna care too much about your nipple piercings at that point. I mean, maybe you are, I don't know. But yeah, try not to get your nipples pierced if you're trying to get pregnant too, because I really don't think that's gonna be a good combination. Like, the sensitivity of your nipple when you pierce it, and then you got someone sucking on it. Ugh, that's just gonna be a really nasty infection. So yeah, don't do that, but you could definitely breastfeed once they're healed. Number 5 is only porn stars should get nipple piercings, or only porn stars get them. Now, this is like a way that parents think, and honestly, it's not true. In fact, I think it's better if you're less sexually active when you get your nipple piercings. And that's because within the first 6 months, I would even go a year, because nipples take a really long time to heal and it's different with everyone. In the beginning of getting a nipple piercing, you don't even want your boobs to be touched, or let alone someone fucking doing weird shit to them, you know? So I would say it's actually better better for people who are less sexually active to get this, because you're gonna have to wait a while until someone can be all up on your nipple area. And that's why I really had no complications with the healing process, as you know, my other friends who have been sexually active during that period, and let's just say that their nipples did take quite a while to recover from that. Number 6 is kind of like the first one, but it's your nipples will be more sensitive. Of course, because you just fucking stabbed them. I mean, you won't want to be bumping into anyone because it's gonna hurt a lot. But over time, once they heal, they'll just feel like your normal, regular little nipples, you know. They're not just gonna get hard just because someone bumped into you or anything. They're just your normal nipples. And for me personally, I feel like my nipples became less sensitive after I got them pierced. But that could be because of a number of reasons. I mean, I was 17 and my boobs are still kind of developing. So yeah, nipple piercings don't really affect the sensitivity of your nipples once they've been healed. And finally, the last one, which is kind of a stretch, but I've heard it, is nipple piercings could lead to breast cancer. And this is just not true. If you do your research, there is no link between breast cancer and putting jewelry in your nipple. I mean, come on. Just because you put jewelry in your nipple does not make it more likely for you to get breast cancer. That's just something, if you're gonna get, you're just gonna get it. I mean, that sucks to say. I don't want to sound harsh, but and nowadays everything causes cancer, like breathing, eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches. So if you're gonna die, I mean, you're gonna die. Shit, what are you gonna do? Anyway, to leave it on that very sad and stupid note, those are the myths of cancer. I hope this video was somewhat helpful to those who want to get nipple piercing. So yeah, that's basically it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.